All right, so in this video, I'll be sharing with you my opinion and understanding of marketing so far for MLOs after having 100 conversations, right? And I think if you do it this way, it's much better than what we are doing already. The reason we have limitations is because not everyone we have spoken with is open to the idea that, having videos is a positive thing. Like a lot of people do agree with me, but the thing is that when I ask them to record videos, or even the thought of them recording a video like this and speaking to the camera as if you're speaking to your end customers or clients, and making sure that they have their problems solved before even having the conversation with you, or even having to commit to a conversation with you, it's very important, especially in today's day and age. And so this is a method that I absolutely believe that I actually would like to test out on at least next two clients, and I want to use, and I only want to sign those two clients out of like hundreds of conversations me and my team are having, right? So yesterday we had like four more people interested to having the system that we have, right? To get access to the system. Uh, and in just one day, and we outreached for like 2 hours and four people are interested, right? So now imagine like in the next 10, 20 days there's going to be 200 people, 300 MLOs in the industry who would be open to this. And I want this process not to be confined to us, because it's very simple, it's available. It's not just us who is doing it. Maybe just the intention that we have of getting you the results, and the type of results, the quality might be the variable. And it is the variable. I'm not sure about the bad experiences people had. What exactly are the specifics of, common specifics in the entire industry? When someone says that, hey, I've had bad experiences with Facebook ads, what do you mean specifically by that? I have like 10, 20 types of explanations for that. I've had conversations with two types of agencies, and both are like these are the options that's available to you. And I want this channel and the videos that I make to be absolutely the source where you can understand that what are the types of people that you should be choosing, should not be choosing and going for, and what are the methods and tactics that people can use, so that you can filter out the type of conversations that you might be looking forward to, right? So two types of people. Number one is where someone is actually result oriented, that hey, what can I do the most to add value to that, to the business, like the clients that we are working with. Another one is like where they are more focused on their own revenue, right? So how can I get to 15K, 20K? And that's mostly like very young people who are just starting business, and the reason they started that agency is more focused on like, okay, how can I get 100K a month, 200K a month? That is the goal, right? Having a goal like that is absolutely fine. But if that is the only reason you start something, then there is no connection to, the result. And so I have had a conversation with someone from Serbia. And it's pretty global, right? So mostly Europe and this part of the world. They will reach out to people, right, in the US. And you guys might be having, like, I'm sure you guys have a lot of calls like this, and most people are not legit. And the reason is because I had this conversation with this guy, and he was like, "Oh, you know what, I have cracked this code. We made 15K in like 45 days." I'm like, "Okay, but how many applications did the client get, and how many applications was qualified? Like, is it pre-approval ready or not?" And he was like, "You know what, we just gave him appointments." And but again, I emphasized on the question, how many applications did he get? And the answer was like, that's not our job. Uh, our job is to get booked appointments, which is business wise, it makes sense that why it's not my job to, get an appointment to an application. But the charge that he charged was 1,500 a month. For 1,500 a month, you just get like 15 appointments booked randomly on your calendar. Now you have to follow up with every single one of them until they have a conversation with you, right? Then why did you pay, like, what did you pay $1,500 for? That same exact process, that same service is not even worth $300. Like, it's like $300. That's okay. Yeah, 300 a month. That's justified. $1,500 a month just for booked appointments that's automatically connected to a landing page from an ad, which is using your money. to just connect that to the landing page and then people books an appointment. That's just technically sound like you might not be able to do it yet, but it's not that complicated. What happens is making sure that, the there's two types of appointments. There's one where people just book an appointment directly in your calendar, but the no-shows will be insanely higher. They might not even be absolutely qualified with the intention. The time frame may be wrong, the inputs may be wrong. So is the second type of appointments is more like you have someone who came in, now you call them up, you have the conversation. On the conversation, you assess that the intention, like their involvement in the conversation, how involved are they? The more they are involved, the higher the intent. So we call it HIPAR, HIPAR. So, HIPAR, hyper appointments, high intent, pre-approval ready appointments. You need hyper appointments. You do not need just any appointments. You do not need leads. You do not need, just appointments. You need pre-approval ready, high intent conversations times 15 a month. That is something that now we are talking. Now, from those 15, five of them might not show up, but those 10 are absolutely qualified with the credit score, income, the type of home, the location, and everything. Now you get 10 applications like this, which gets into pre-approval in the next 7 days, 10 days, how fast your process is. Now you have 10 times 6 months, that's like 60. Facebook ads takes time to convert. Not everyone, like most people in coming in from Facebook ads is not gonna be in the end stages of the home buying process. They will be in the initial stages of the home buying process. So when someone comes in from a Facebook ad, they have high intent and they're looking for mortgage help. They might not be planning to make a purchase in the next 15 days, 20 days, 45 days. It will be more like in 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, right? Overall average. So there will be at least 5%, 10% who closes in the next, 45 days. So that's the reason you get 10 applications, 10 pre-approvals, and then two of them closes in the next 45 to 50 days. And then now stack it up for like fourth month comes in, and now you have like 40 applications collected of the right people. Now you have so much leverage. You can even refer this to your realtor partners. That can be an added leverage that can make sure that they also send you warmer connections, like warmer business right now, because you gave them cold buyers, which can be converted by them in the next 2, 3 months. So you guys work on this, together. The buyers that you have generated, now you have pre-approved. They're absolutely ready. Now they're pre-approved, ready to make a purchase. Now the realtors will, do their job, and then it's a closed deal, right? So now it helps you build the connections even stronger, right? That is what a Facebook, ads uh, campaign can be used like. This is how you can use it. Now, if the expectation is not set like this, then don't, you are being, uh, it's not ethical. It's not true. So the right expectation of the time frame of the closes, like what to expect, when to expect an ROI, like how many closes, no one can give that number to you. So, if someone is giving you that, okay, you'll close like 5 loans out of that, it's not possible. Like I'm not sure. You might close 10, you might close just two. But what can be assured is like how many applications do you receive? If you have conversations with the right people, and now you know how to receive and collect an application from your own experience, then you can collect an application. The problem is most leads that you get, when you call them up, they don't even pick up the phone. So if you don't even have a conversation, then there is nothing that you can expect out of it, right? And then now you end up paying like 2K a month, 3K a month, combined with your Facebook ad spend plus the agency service fee. Now that is not, that is something that that's a loss. That's a bad experience. Now, the campaign that I want to try, and I'm looking for two clients. Like I just want two clients. Even if pay, I don't want to take the headache. I have had a point where I was like, taking 10 clients, and I thought that I want to build a business. I want to build this agency to 100K a month, 50K a month, or specific revenue goals, because I also have that goals, right? But now I realize that I don't want to take that complexity. What I get really fascinated or interested in is more like how when my client, like for example the client that we're working with, she just texted that, hey, we just got one more pre-approval, and that still fuels me up. And I like that, those type of conversations times two. This month, Feb, Two, I want two more, three more of the existing type of clients, existing type of campaign, and two more new type of campaign where I want to involve a lead magnet as well. So if you are open to the idea of running Facebook ads and you are doing less than 5 loans a month, 6 loans a month, then you should not be even working with any agency. So let me give you the process that I have in mind and test it out. I am sure it will work because it has worked for me in other areas. And the process is simple. Prepare like a list of all the problems that people have. For example, I know for a fact right now, after having so many conversations with home buyers, I know that they have a they have a confusion that, oh, my credit is not good, so I might not be pre-approved if I'm not in the 700s. Right? That's a misconception there. Second is like, oh, I'm like, I'm looking for something in 6 months, 8 months from now. So I don't think it's the right time for me to speak to a lender, which you might have opinions on that, how exactly you want to deal with those clients. For all the client personas, create videos and free marketing guide. Sorry, not marketing guide. I'm creating marketing guide for you. Free, home buying guide. So have like 12 steps of home buying guides, and then give that out, and that can be the lead magnet that you promote in Facebook ads, so that you can get more people in. And now to get that free, uh, what do you say, like the guide, they need to enter their information. So everyone will be entering like four to five information. Then we collect more data, and then now to get that guide, the free guide, you will have like, let's say me and my team, we'll be calling those people up and say, hey, I just saw that you inquired about this guide. Just to make sure that I send you the relevant one for you. Can you help me understand a bit more about the situation? Then we qualify them there. And now we see, okay, this person is 6 months in. This person is looking for something immediate. This person is looking for 4 months. Now we can categorize all of these people. And then only when someone is like, okay, you know what? For someone who is in 6 months later, we don't want to push pre-approval conversation. We need to push like, okay, have a conversation, see what are the steps that you need to do to be prepared for a pre-approval, so that you don't have to, go back and forth, and you don't have to go elsewhere. It's not no more a headache for you, right? So that can be a type of appointment. Another one, someone who is looking for within 2 months, get a pre-approval conversation, like, have a conversation appointment with our client, and look at possible ways to get pre-approved, submit the application, and that's an app collected. That's one. Now there's two benefits to doing this instead of just going all in for getting clicked to an appointment. If the ad absolutely directly promotes you and speaking with you and the service that you provide, then there's going to be less people coming in. There's going to be more frictions there. So it's much better to have a lead magnet to introduce more people who are in the home buying phase. Now, the next stage, this is the most important part. Now, in the guides that you share with them, make sure those are YouTube videos. Now you have like 10, 20 YouTube videos. You don't have to have more videos. You need to focus on distribution, right? So now with this, with ads, we have distribution. There's like 60, 70 people coming in, right? And now create the videos and then keep sending the relevant ones to all these people, and then build connections, so that when the time is ripe, you have the appointments, but before the appointment, they have actually watched you. They've consumed conversation. Now, there's something called, if you watch Daniel Priestley, I would highly recommend go and watch Daniel Priestley. So there's something called parasocial connections, right? So parasocial means, for example, you are watching me. I have no idea how you look like, what you are, and how many, where are you from? I have no idea about that. But by now you have consumed this content. That means you have got some sort of value, and you finally, you kind of have some sort of connection with me. You might be aware that, okay, I can recognize this face, and I know, okay, this guy, he's doing this. So now you know me and you recognize me. This is a parasocial connection. Now, this is exactly what happens with the prospects that comes in from the Facebook ads before the appointment. So when you have the appointment, it's a very warm conversation. You don't have to dig much more into getting the responses from them. They will be like very open because they have already consumed and got some value from you. Now it's law of reciprocity that's working in your favor now. So you have without being involved in in every single step. You have connected with multiple people using the parasocial connection process, right? Using your branding, your videos. Now that videos connect to the distribution from Facebook ads. Now the segmentation comes in with what is the time frame, who is qualified, who is not qualified, who needs to work on their credit. We still have value being added to everyone, every single one. And then from there on, uh, you get appointments and have those conversations. There's going to be higher show up rates. And now once you have that conversation is going to be a very high chance for you to collect more applications, and they get the pre-approval, and then they actually go and meet your realtor. They're warm. These are warmer referrals to the realtors. These are faster closes because they have kind of a connection to you. And since not many of the other competition in your area are doing this, it's fairly not common, right? So if you do it yourself, then there is a high chance for you to close this deal because there's a connection there. It's a warm referral now. It's kind of a warm connection now instead of just an absolute random stranger talking to you for the first time. Does it make sense? So that's the type of process that I want to build, and I want to take two clients for that. And we ideally want to work with anyone who is doing more than 8 loans a month, not less than that. So 8 loans a month, and you have 1%, 100 basis point. That's what minimum, right? So you work with 100 basis point, and the you're doing more than 8 loans a month. I think it's about 1.5 million, 2 million mark. Then you can afford kind of, something like this. This will require a higher number of, ad spend. This will require a higher, longer commitment for this to work. So at least the first 45 days, nothing much to expect. But once it kicks in, you will have a flow of appointments, warmer connections, so that by the sixth month, we can really look forward to at least, like, 25% close from all of the applications, right? So yeah, at least 20% close. So if you get like 60 applications, right? So at least 15 closes, 12 to 15 closes. Yeah, and then everything else is a bonus. So yeah, I want to test that out. If you are interested, then, reach out to me. If you're interested to getting access to, the Facebook ad process that we use for our clients, with which we have already gotten like 7 appointments in the first 2 weeks, and from which like four of them showed up, three application collected, two almost pre-approvals, I guess. Right. So now it's in just in 2 weeks, and that's like the slowest phase of the entire campaign. Right. That is the slowest phase. And there's like 7 more appointments in the pipeline, and it's a 4 month campaign. So if you want the exact step-by-step process, actionable steps that you can do yourself without even having to work with us or anyone else, I just want this channel to be the consultant of that side of the process, right? I'll share my email in the description, and then you can just reach out, and I can just share that for free. I've prepared the actionable checklist. I've just recorded a unlisted video, which is like 5-10 minutes long. Share that with you. Just watch it, do it, win it. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.